Alright, so running a little late today with WNBA Talk with Jay, episode 7, the New York Liberty. Running a little late with it, but we doing it. We are here with it. Alright, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Alright, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The New York Liberty, #1 in the WNBA. #1 far as record goes. They're 21-4. The first. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. They're 9-1. 9-1 in the last 10 games. So so New York Liberty is really the team to beat this year. Record wise, 21-4, first place, 9-1 the last 10 games. Yeah, 9-1 the last 10 games. Yeah, 9-1 the last 10 games. So let's be honest. If you've been watching the New York Liberty games, you know that Courtney Vandersloot has been away from the team. She came back to the team. Um, Condolences to Courtney Vandersloot. She was away from the team because her mother passed. Um, Also, Benasha Laney's been out with a injured knee. She had minor surgery. She had missed like the last 4 or 5 games prior to going into the All-Star break. She was missing games. Then, like, Sabrina definitely stepped up her play with Courtney Vandersloot being out. I can definitely say that. Like, I don't know who pissed Sabrina Ionescu off, but whoever did it, congratulations to you because you had her playing amazing, amazing going into All Star, amazing going into All Star. Like Sabrina Ionescu was averaging 19.4 points, 6.2 dimes. And I think she actually helped with getting Stewie and JJ's numbers up too, with having Sabrina Ionescu at the point instead of just having her at the two, where her whole thing was just basically focus on scoring, focus on scoring. Stewie averaging 19.3 points, 9 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, and 2 steals. JJ's averaging 15.6 points and 9 boards. So those are basically the stats of the New York Liberty's big three. And we're going to be honest, the New York Liberty played better with Sabrina Ionescu playing point, pace wise, and just overall as a team in the starting five. They played better with her at the two. Um, so I'm hoping, I'm hoping Sandy Brondello sticks with that starting five. Actually, that's what I'm hoping for. She sticks with that starting five. Pace is just better. Um, so I'm hoping the starting five when we come back from Olympic break is going to be Sabrina Ionescu, Banaja Laney. The three could be either Kennedy Burke or Kayla Thornton. I think depending on the matchup, you can alternate who's going to be the starting three. Um, Stewie at the 4, JJ at the 5. First person off the bench being Sluty. I think that fares better for them. Far as matching up with a lot of teams, that fares better for them. Honestly, we're gonna be honest. That fares better for them. We've seen that Sabrina Ionescu assists have been up with her playing the point guard. Like, if you watch the games since, like, as soon as Sabrina Ionescu started being a starting point guard when Sluty was out, pace better, more shots, more energy. As far as the rest of the players in the start five, getting JJ going early. Like, she was able to get JJ going early, scoring. That's what you need to do. JJ can be a dominant factor for the New York Liberty if you get her going early. She can be a dominant factor. I think Sabrina Ionescu knew for them to be successful and win games, I gotta get her involved. I gotta get Stewie involved before I look for my own offense. Like she knew when to dish the ball, when to score in a row. And another thing you got to consider as far as starting Sabrina Ionescu at the point guard would be the fact that Slutty's getting older. Slutty's getting older. Um, she's efficient, but she can be a liability as far as defense. She can be a liability as far as defense too. So, and then like she gives up a lot of size also. Like, I think you can have her man your second unit, and it could be Sluty, Nyara, Sably, Kennedy Bird, or Kayla Thornton coming off the bench. And that's a solid few. And that could be the bench mob. That could be the bench mob. Sluty doesn't have to worry about the same, like, she has to run the unit, but she she doesn't have to like focus on like trying to guard the best player. She just has to come in, help the second unit be successful. That's all she would have to do. Now, as far as Nayar Sabi, she was out because of her back leading into the Olympic break. She did play for Germany along with Satu far as the Olympics for Germany. But um she did get injured during the Olympics. But she was able to play though. She was able to play. So you get her back. You get her back for the second half. For the second half, you get her back. She can rebound, she can defend. Um she can get a bucket. But not Laney. Like I was reading a little piece on ESPN, and it was saying that she was out 2 more weeks, and that was leading into the Olympic break. Now, mind you, they're calling that a minor knee surgery. She had already missed about 5 games leading into the Olympic break. So hopefully she's made progress during the Olympic break, like also on the Olympic break, that she's back for them. You're talking about a player who averages about 10 points, about four rebounds, couple of assists, can defend very well, usually defends the best player on the opposing team. So not having Benaj Laney makes a difference. It makes a difference for the New York Liberty. It does when we talk about what she brings to their starting five and we talk about just the team chemistry aspect of it. When we are talking about those factors, yes, it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference when we talk about those factors. Um, when we talk about when we talk about the New York Liberty and their last games leading it far as the regular season, they played the Sparks 2 games. They played the Sparks 2 games. Um, Rakia Jackson's been playing really good for a rookie. Um, she's playing very good, showing her versatility as far as being able to score, being able to defend, rebounding well. De'Erica Hamby, 20 and 10 a night. Ari McDonald's been playing solid for them at the point. So that would be a good matchup of Sabrina Ionescu versus Ari McDonald. But 9 times out of 10, Aaron McDonald wouldn't be guarding Sabrina Ionescu. Would probably end up being Kia Nurse. That's who they would probably try to put on her. put on her to match her size wise. Um, if they had Benajelani back, her guarding Rakia Jackson, that would be an interesting matchup. Um, Stewie defending against Dearica Hamby, trying to stop her 20 and 10. And then who does the Sparks have to stop? Who do they have to stop? JJ in the middle. They have Lee Euro off the bench, but Kurt Miller plays her sometimes and sometimes doesn't. So I think the best thing you can do is just try to defend JJ without fouling. Try to defend her without fouling. But I would have the Liberty beating the Sparks, but in good games though. They play the Aces twice. Those will be games you're gonna want to watch because those probably are gonna be those previews for the playoffs. Previews for the playoffs. That's what's gonna end up being the Aces. The Aces versus the Liberty. Preview for the playoffs. Chelsea Gray can match up with Sabrina Ionescu at the point. Um, Benajelani can match up with either Kelsey Plum or Jackie Young. Stewie and Asia going back and forth would definitely be the matchup for me. That would be the matchup for me. And then JJ in the post. Kia Stokes can defend, but I don't know if she's stopping JJ though. I don't. I think they could split. One team wins one game, Aces win one game. That could be a split between the two of them. Yeah, I've seen that being a split. Um, Also, you got them playing the Dallas Wings 4 times. Them playing the Dallas Wings 4 times. They match up. They match up with the Dallas Wings. Enrique Sabrina, Benajelani, and Odyssey Sims, Satu, Satu. You'd have to probably go with Kayla Thornton, because you need somebody who can defend but also score. I think I think Kayla Thornton will do a good job on Satu. Natasha Howard, Stewie matchup. That'd be a good back and forth. And then JJ and Big T. Like which big can be dominant for their team? That would also be a thing. Who can get the stops? Who whose bigs can whose bigs can score and stay out of foul trouble? That'll be a big factor for both teams. Whose bigs can score without staying out of foul trouble? Um, guard play, guard play. Um, Ricky and Sabrina, who who's gonna let it fly? Like, as far as helping their team win, though. Could they split these four? Possibly, but I would go New York three, 3 games, and the Wings to win one. Just based on how they've been playing, I would go New York 3-1 in that one. The New York Liberty played the Connecticut Sun once. This should be interesting. This will be playoff implications too, because this will be a team potentially to have to play. Mm, I think the Liberty and the Sun game is going to come down to the fourth quarter. Um, Dejanay guarding Sabrina Ionescu. She has to do it without fouling. She has to do it without fouling. Um, Ty's got to score. Ty's got to score. When she's open, she's got to shoot the ball. Um, AT's got to be able. AT's gonna be physical with Stewie, but you got to be able to do it without fouling. Do it without fouling. See how dominant JJ can be going against Brianna Jones. That should be a good back and forth matchup, the battle of the bigs. But I think that's going to come down to the last minute of the game for whoever to win it. Whoever scores and gets the stop at the ending moments of that game will be who wins the Liberty versus Sun game. Liberty playing the Mercury also. Clear Copper, multiple 30 plus games. Who's stopping that? Yeah, I think y'all would need Benaj and Laney to help with stopping Kalia Copper and her scoring because she defends very well. Um, the matchup of Natasha Cloud on Sabrina Ionescu would be that's going to be a good back and forth matchup. Um, can Brittany Griner be dominant in the post against JJ without JJ fouling or vice versa? Who can win that matchup? The Mercury don't have somebody to stop Stewie. So whoever has to guard Stewie just has to defend. You got to defend just without fouling. Stewie's going to get hers. I would, if I'm the Mercury, anybody but Sabrina and Stewie, anybody but Sabrina and Stewie would have to win the game for them. Anybody but Sabrina and Stewie. I would try to shut one and two of them down. So somebody but them two is gonna have to beat us. Somebody but the two of them is gonna have to beat us as a collective. And if I'm New York, I'm trying to shut down Kalia Copper. I'm trying to shut her down. But Diana Taurasi can go off any moment. Natasha Cloud can go off at any moment. She's been making shots. She can go off at any moment. She's a bucket now. BG can be dominant in the post. Um, they bring Kiki Herbert Harrigan off the bench. She can score. Um, Sophie Cunningham can shoot the three. So if I'm the Liberty, anybody but Kalia Copper and BG have to beat us. But I would have the Liberty beating the Mercury. That I still would have them winning. but somebody beyond Kalia and BG got to beat us. They played the Seattle Storm twice. Um, for that, got kind of equally matched up with that. Um, JJ and Ezzy Maglagor is a good back and forth. JJ should win that matchup, but Ezzy does defend and block shots, so that should be an interesting back and forth matchup. Um, NECA versus Stewie, they both can score. It's just defending each other and like making each other shoot harder shots. Um, Jordan Horston has been starting for them at the three, so I would go. I would go Kayla Thornton in that matchup. The way she defends, the way she hustles, the energy, the extra plays that she gives. So I would go her with this matchup. Um, Menage a Lady on guarding Jewel Lloyd. That that would be a good matchup. Skylar Diggins Smith and Sabrina Ionescu going back and forth. Um, if you ask me, New York has more offensive weapons. More offensive weapons. Um, like the Storm kind of go as Jewel Lori goes, and she struggles with the scoring. A lot of games, nobody kind of like takes it on. Not even like NECA does some games, she can take the scoring on. Ezzy McMcGore some games, depending on her matchups, she can get y'all can get her the ball in the post and let her score. Let her go to work. Um, Skylar Diggins Smith, like she's scoring, but mm, I think her scoring could be up more. Her shot is when it's on, it's on. When it's off, it's off. Like she's just gotta rebound and pass the ball, get the assists up if your shot's not fall. Up those two stats as much as possible. But I would go to Liberty to beat them both games. Beat the Storm both games. Um, the Lynx in New York. Good matchup teams. Lana Smith matching up with JJ is a good matchup. Stewie and Fee. Courtney Williams and Sabrina. Kayla McBride and Benaja Laney. Like they kind of match up with the starting fives. It's just about if I'm the Liberty, anybody but Fee has to beat us. Like that's a guaranteed 20 and 10 a game as far as Fee. Um, Kayla McBride can go off too. She's been shooting a three real well. She's been shooting a three real well. Um, so you gotta guard that. You gotta guard that very well too. Um, that could go down to the wire, but I still would have the Liberty pulling that game out and winning. I would have the Liberty pulling that game out and winning it. Um, I would. Yeah, I would have. That's who I would have. I would have New York. I would have New York winning against the Lynx. I think they would be able to put it off in the final moments of that game. Um, yeah, the final moments of the game, I think they'd be able to put it off. Um, in the final moments, definitely would have them be like. Granted, I see that Brittany Sykes has been playing as far as domestic, as far as practice. I haven't seen Shakira Austin in the practices, but that's still a push in the right direction though. Push in the right direction if you have Brittany Sykes back. But I don't think the Mystics have enough to beat the Liberty. I don't. Atkins is going to get hers. Brittany Sykes will get hers, but not enough to contain the Liberty and all the talent and the buckets they're gonna put from y'all. I don't think so. And then last game of the season is the Atlanta Dream. Atlanta Dream, you get Ryan Howard back. You get Ryan Howard back, that definitely helps. But you don't have Aerial Powers because she's injured. But I still feel as though Atlanta could put up a good fight. With all the pieces that Atlanta has, I think they could put up a good fight. But I still think in the closing moments, the Liberty pull off the win. The Liberty pull off the win, though. That's just what it is. I have the New York Liberty pull off the win. The New York Liberty are a better team with Sabrina Ionescu running the point. It got to be Sabrina Ionescu, Benaj Laney, either Kayla Thornton or Kennedy Burke is your three. Stewie, JJ. Sluty first one off the bench. That has to be how Sandy Barndello runs the New York Liberty going forward and in the playoffs. Like, love Sluty to death, but they just play better with Sabrina at the point. They play better with Sabrina at the point. And if you're a Liberty fan and you've been watching, you know that's the truth. But y'all play better with Sabrina at the point. It is what it is. Having Sabrina Ionescu at the point has made a world of difference in the play of the New York Liberty. And I think that would serve them. That would be great for them going finishing off the last 15, 16 games, then going to the playoffs with the same lineup. That's been getting them where they need to be. So hopefully Sonny Bardello rolls with this lineup, you know. But if she chooses not to, like Stewie's gonna continue getting cooked by faster guards. She's gonna continue to get cooked by faster guards and be in foul trouble. That's why I'm like, stick with Sabrina at point and bring Studi off the bench. Her expectations don't have to be as high as when she starts. It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. If you do the numbers with Sabrina starting and them winning versus having Sluty starting and them being kind of up and down with it. But that's just my opinion. Just my opinion with how I think that should go.